Good morning. I'm Theo Mayer, and welcome to day 2 of 365 Days of Stories. Once, there was a businessman who had decided to go with his family down to a beautiful little town in Baja, California. It was close to Cabo San Lucas, but a little bit north on the Sea of Cortez side. And every morning he liked to run when he was on vacation. Often when he was at home and busy working on making money, he didn't have time to take care of himself or even really to spend time with his family because he was working between 10 and 12 hours a day, accumulating wealth. And he was pretty successful at it. So this break down to Baja was an especially nice one. Well, on one of these mornings that he'd been off on his run, it's a beautiful morning, clear skies, sunny and warm. And he liked to run along the ocean and often on the beach. And as he was coming back, he stopped along this one jetty where fishermen often came in with their boats and tied up. In fact, there were a number of boats tied up along this jetty when he arrived. And the jetty was about 10 or 12 feet above sea level. And so the little dock where the fishermen would tie up their boats was down below. And as he was standing along the railing of this jetty, just looking out at the ocean and enjoying kind of the tranquility of the entire scene, he noticed that there was a boat coming in from out in the Sea of Cortez and speeding along closer and closer. And eventually the boat came to the little dock alongside the jetty, and a young man was tying up his boat. He's probably in his early 30s. And in the boat were a couple of beautiful Dorado, and just, shiny and fresh. Each one was over 3 feet long. And the businessman just was delighted by seeing this fisherman's success. And he looks down and he says, "Wow, those are some beautiful fish." And the fisherman looks up and he smiles and says, "Yes, good fish." And the businessman said, "Were you out long?" And the fisherman goes, "Oh, no, not very long at all. Maybe an hour." And the businessman inquires, "Well, could have you caught more?" And the fisherman says, "Oh, yes, plenty more. If I'd stayed out, I could have caught many, many more." And the businessman, who's been thinking all along of how to turn what the fisherman is doing into a successful business, says, "Well, did you ever think about staying out longer? If you stayed out longer, then you could catch more fish and you could sell more fish. And if you sold more fish, you could buy a bigger boat and go out further and stay out longer and catch more fish and make more money. And eventually you might be able to buy a couple of boats, and you could be the man who oversees the entire operation, and maybe you'd even have a fleet of boats with fishermen going out every day and catching lots of fish. And who knows, maybe in 20, 25 years, you'd have enough money that you could stop working and have plenty of time every day to do the things that you want to do and enjoy this beautiful place that you live in and spend time with your your wife and children and your family. Wouldn't that be a great idea? It wouldn't take that long, and then you'd be set for the rest of your life. Just think of it. Having every day to just enjoy the beautiful things in life. Well, the whole time the businessman had been talking, the fisherman had been looking up at him and really giving him his full attention. And when the businessman was finished, he reflected for a minute, and then he responded to the businessman, "That's what I already do." And that's the story of the fisherman in Baja, California. Maybe it makes you reflect a little bit about how crazy it is, the way we work so hard. And often in that pursuit for wealth or gain, we miss out on all the beautiful things that are already there for us to enjoy. A man that I worked for and actually lived on his property for many years, David Rosenberg, who ran Wooden Shoe Gardens in Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, a little organic farm. He was a PhD anthropologist, and he had done his dissertation on primitive cultures and how many hours a day they worked to take care of their survival needs. You might want to give a guess right now, how many hours people in a primitive situation would work to take care of their needs. And it turned out it was on average 4 hours a day that they worked to take care of their survival needs. And the rest of the time they had to do whatever it is they wanted to do. So, makes you wonder, what have we gotten ourselves into? Okay, I hope you have a good day, and tune in tomorrow for day 3 of 365 days of story with me. Bye.